Hello, I'm Bill Liberis. I'm the editorial director of the Enterprise CIO Forum. And I'm lucky to be joined today by Joe Spagnoletti, who is the CIO of the Campbell's Soup Company, and we're talking about IT delivery. Joe, thank you for joining me.
My pleasure.
Now, if you look at cloud computing today, what do you think the impact has been to this point on the enterprise? And then if you would just look out maybe 2 years and assess what you think the impact is going to be.
Well, I think today we're more in a learning mode and trying to understand the impact of cloud computing. There's a lot of, it's new, it's not real new, but it's new in the enterprise. And I think before we understand how big it can actually be, we have to put our foot in this, put our toe in the water a little bit, understand what it offers, the performance, the impacts on our existing infrastructure, and what's possible with informational activities versus transactional activities. So I think we're trying to understand the scope and breadth and cost and impact by getting in the game and trying. In the coming years, I think I don't know that you'll ever really separate out your back office transactions. I think I don't know what value you would get through there with so many other opportunities for hosting information. When it comes to information delivery at point of use, the cloud offers a potential to reach many points of impact. And I think that starting with things like mail and collaboration gets you in the game and understanding how people use information and what type of behaviors you have to educate people on and what type of skill development you need to work in that kind of environment. I think we'll get a lot of that from the experimentation and I think lower risk work that we're doing today to give us to build a base for better opportunity or bigger opportunity or more value in the future with more impactful capabilities.
Joe, IT applications and IT services have historically been delivered a certain way within the IT department, but that is destined possibly to change with the advent of cloud computing. What do you think is the promise and potential of cloud to change that fundamental paradigm?
It's all about information. I think applications will come and go. I think devices will come and go. And as people will start to settle into things that are most meaningful or valuable for the work that they do, I think what the cloud's going to offer is the opportunity to deliver very specific information for a very specific use at a very specific moment in time. And today, I think it's very clunky, so you wind up with everything at the point of use and trying to figure out how to manipulate that for its purpose at the time. I think what the cloud is going to offer with this, I think, improved mobility in devices is much more specific real-time information that's used for a purpose versus the work that we do today. So I think business will continue to speed up. I think the information will be more prevalent in more activities, but I think it'll be more exacting.
So then you talked about maybe at least dipping your toe in the water. Can you expand a little bit in terms of advice to your peer CIOs out there in terms of what that actually might mean? What should they be doing with respect to cloud computing, let's say in the next 12 months?
It's hard to ignore the email and collaboration. Depending on what your current infrastructure is and what your current costs are, you have to at least consider the cost savings and performance and potentially the reliability of a service offering. I think you learn a lot about that. I think you learn about how people use information, where they use information, what types of devices perform well in certain situations, because mail is kind of a universal information source that, with attachments and other things that can be connected to it and some of the collaborative capabilities, that gets you sort of in the game. So I think over the next couple of years, I would think that we should be spending some real time and energy trying and testing and building some foundation capabilities, assessing the impact on our networks, assessing the impact on our other pieces of our infrastructure so that we can be prepared to deliver more capability once we understand it better.
So a slow and measured approach, but do something.
Yeah, you got to get in the game. It's very easy to analyze it without ever having done anything. But I think your answers or your information is sort of erroneous because it's such a behavioral thing, right? So we can deliver information on reports, we can deliver it in Excel, we can deliver it in a browser, on a laptop, on a handheld. It's the same information. It all boils down to behavior and usage of the information. So without getting in the game and trying things, it's very difficult to accurately predict how things will be used and the value it will bring. So there's many times in our business where we believe, because of the promise of a technology, that if we provide it to end users, that they will automatically see the benefit of it. The reality is it's a large change management effort, and just because you put something in someone's hands doesn't mean that they will be good at using it or even understand how to use it well, and that may turn them off. So I do think that part of getting your toe in the water is beginning the change management and learning process that then helps you understand what's possible and what's practical for bigger investment.
Joe Spagnoletti, CIO of Campbell Soup Company, great information on a little bit of a look ahead to the future of IT service and application delivery. Thanks very much for joining me.
My pleasure.
And I'm Bill Liberis with the Enterprise CIO Forum saying thank you for joining us today as well, and we'll see you again soon.